Hello, my name is Kaitlyn Burst,
Hello, my name is Samantha Reilly.
and we will be representing Coral Springs Charter School in our community giving project. Thanks for taking the time to watch our presentation. The organization that we decided to work with was Parkland Buddy Sports. Our main mission was to raise awareness about the prominence of childhood disability in our community. The aim was to help fundraise for Parkland Buddy Sports, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing year round sports programs to children with special needs. With the money we raised, expenses for equipment as well as uniforms would be alleviated. The organization provides a safe place for these children in which they can develop lifetime bonds with their buddies who take on the role of mentors. For example, Sam and I are very active in this organization and we have gained professional and as well lifelong relationships with the buddies of Parkland Buddy Sports, for example, my buddy being Ian. So, some statistics about the prominence of childhood disability in the US as well as in our community is that 6% of births across the globe are infants with critical birth defects, 3.2 million of these having lifelong effects. Challenges these children face are going to be abnormally harder than they are going to be on neurotypical kids. For example, delayed development, speech and communication, behavior, as well as conditions such as depression and anxiety are more prone in children with special needs. In the Tri County area of Pompano, Broward, and Miami Dade, which is our community, there are approximately over 257,000 children with over 4,000 suffering from special needs as of the census of 2019. So, in steps to lead up to our fundraiser, Sam and I created a 4 step plan to make sure that we were maintaining track of our progress. So, number one, we would reach out to Bridget Meza, who is the manager of Wings Plus, to confirm a day for the fundraiser, which would be January 11th of 2021. We would also contact Ken Webster, who would link the Parkland Buddy Sports PayPal to our donation page. So we created a 2 step plan. It would be the main event, which is a dinner night, as well as a donation page. And third, Wendy Zips Hunter, who is the marketing representative of Parkland Buddy Sports, would help us formulate a flyer for advertising and get our flyer out to the media. And number four, we would reach out to Coral Springs Charter faculty and clubs asking for extra credit and event credit to incentivize more student participation at Wings Plus. So, our goals in our presentation and our project, we wanted to make an influx of around 1,100 in order to provide new equipment for sports programs as well as new uniforms. So as you can see here, here is one of the participants of Parkland Buddy Sports. They each get uniforms, and this is sponsored obviously by the organization. And it is split up into categories. So he is actually in the older group, so he gets a blue jersey, but this would help alleviate some of the costs. They also have 7 sport programs such as soccer, tennis, golf. So we would also be getting new equipment for that as well. So we wanted to get $600 from the webpage and $500 from the main event, totaling the $1,100. The reason we decided on 500 versus like 600 as the webpage was because we were only going to be getting 15% of the overall profits. Um, and so this would require around 200 people to attend if the average meal was around $10 to $15. And we felt that that was able to be met and reached. And 600 would be approximately 24 to 30 people who would have to donate through the webpage if the average contribution was $20 to $25. The main reason we decided on doing the donation page was that it was created for anyone who was unable to come to the main event due to medical complications or even a fear of COVID-19 in general. We understood the difficulties this pandemic has presented, and we wanted to make supporting the organization accessible to all. So, in the donor box, this is an online fundraising software that allows nonprofit organizations to receive donations via PayPal or Stripe. So, we would have to get into contact with Ken Webster, who is actually co partner with us on this platform, which would give him authorization to access the link and link the PayPal to our account. So on the page, we included important information such as the organization's logo, pictures of their day-to-day activities, and the flyer would also be posted as well as a description of the organization for donors who are not really aware of what Parkland Buddy Sports is. And once contributors donated, a formulated email was actually sent to them thanking them for their benefaction. So here is a picture of the paragraph that we wrote explaining what Parkland Buddy Sports was, as well as our flyer. And this is a receipt of a donation that one of our benefactors actually let us post to you guys. So that as well. So also to get our project out to the media, we have to market this, obviously. So, in the production of our flyer, as well as getting media attention, we worked with Wendy Hunter, who would help us develop our language and color scheme. So, she was explaining to us that colors they convey emotion, and in using the brand's imaging, members of the community would be more aware of the upcoming event. So, in this picture up above here, we use the platform Canva, which is also what Parkland Buddy Sports uses. And so these numbers right here are you input them onto the app and it pops up the color, which matches the logo's brand. So as you can see, our red background matches this red color. So we also learned about language to institute. So children of special needs versus special needs children, to better just work with the organization, better style it to them. And in working with Wendy Hunter in creating our flyer, like I said, we used Canva, which is a graphic design platform. So, in order to gain a large attendance at our dinner night, we would have to gain a lot of media attention. In doing so, here are some methods that we got our event out to the public. We mainly had to use, obviously, virtual platforms because of COVID-19 restricting us, giving us a barrier from personal interactions. So, Parkland Talk, which is our local newspaper, we spoke out about our event, and it received over 530 shares. That was really incredible. Parkland Buddy Sports also posted a mass email to all of their sponsors, all of their participants, and that had over 7,000 contacts that received the email. Social media was also a huge factor. Sam and I, as well as Coral Springs Charter Clubs, Parkland Buddy Sports, Wings Plus, and friends and families posted our flyer out through multiple platforms such as Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And finally, Schoology, which is our online school platform. Many Coral Springs Charter faculty posted our flyer to also get that out to the students. So here is a picture of the article that Parkland Talk posted. Here is a picture of Wings Plus on Facebook posting our event. Don't forget to swing by tomorrow night. And as well as what the email looked like that was sent to the 7,000 people.
So incentives. We went around and asked Coral Springs Charter faculty and clubs to help us incentivize the event by providing either extra credit or event credit. And this would allow us to reach our goal of 200 attendees, as the Coral Springs Charter has a big outreach. And we were able to acquire 14 teachers that would offer extra credit and 3 clubs that would offer event credits. Monitoring and controlling. So in maintaining track of our goal and monitoring progress, Kaitlyn checked her email every day around 7 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is before and after school, to review the donation income, as well as provide Parkland Buddy Sports daily updates about the growth of the fundraiser. We monitored our social media over the course of the week in order to remind students and families about the event on January 11th, which was the dinner night. And during the fundraiser, Kaitlyn and I sat outside of the Wings Plus establishment with printed flyers to hang out to the customers that would be dining. And we had a sign-in sheet implemented to make sure to take note of the students that were attending, so we could provide them with their incentives for each teacher and club that they were a part of. And we had the QR code that was linked to the donation webpage. And we had it printed out and it sat on our table. So anyone who wanted to additionally donate to the fundraiser page, if they had just enjoyed a meal, they could do so. So this is an example of some students that were dining. This is an example of some faculty and the principal that was dining. And this is an example of this is a picture of the check that Wings Plus gave us after the dinner night. And so you could see each of them are having fun, enjoying their dinner. And a portion, when they would go to pay, a portion of that would go to our cause, which was the Parkland Buddy Sports Organization. So the evaluation, our overall goal, as stated previously, was $1,100, and we exceeded that by $370, raising a total of $1,470, which was amazing. Our dinner night goal was $500, and we actually raised $1,000 at the dinner night, $1,000 exactly. So we exceeded our goal for the dinner night by 50%. With over 450 dinner night attendees, and over 200 of which were charter students. And the goal from the dinner night page was $600. However, we did fail to meet it by $130 by only making $470. However, since we did exceed our overall goal, we still take this as a huge success. And we had about 25 donations to the fundraiser page. So risk factors and solutions. Obviously, this year COVID-19 has been present, especially in restaurants and whatnot. So we wanted to ensure that our event would follow all safety guidelines, such as masks and using masks and utilizing social distancing, especially since we're working with special needs children who are immunocompromised, and it's a lot harder to go out now in the days of COVID-19. We were also worried that a lack of advertising could hinder the success of the event. So we made sure to promote our event to the best of our abilities in order to gain a larger attendance. And we did this through social media, local news media, mass emails, and the incentives. The lessons learned. We learned that communication is key, and you have to ensure that you have an effective line of communication during event coordination. This is between us and the Wings Plus workers, the Parkland Buddy Sports Organization, and between us personally, Kaitlyn and I. And another lesson would always be prepared to handle complications beyond your control. And developing personal relationships with people you work with is an essential aspect of planning a fundraiser. Kaitlyn and I have already developed personal and professional relationships with the Parkland Buddy Sports Organization and the workers at Wings Plus. So it was very key to our project that we had these relationships developed. And utilize your community to help you advertise. For example, the Parkland Talk article really helped us get the word out there, and the Parkland Buddy Sports community has a big following, so that really helped us to spread the word about our event.
Thank you.